This camera's really good, even in dark light, I gotta say.
You can adjust the exposure.
The ISO, where's it at?
It has this little ring over here. It's auto, and you hit it again, then use the ring for the camera to adjust the exposure.
Oh, that's darker. Well, that's really good, man.
Yeah, it also has night vision, but I haven't used it. It probably looks weird.
No, this looks really good. The motor's in. We got it in. Mainly Alberto got it in. What time is it? Alright, what time is it, Megan?
Another all-nighter?
12:44.
It is 12:44. And, I mean, like I was saying, I feel like this is a little easier than 240. Even getting it into the transmission, it went in a lot easier. You have a lot more room without the intake manifold and stuff. Motor mounts in. There goes the engine stand.
Yeah, and the engine is now fully supported inside the car. Oh, wait. I don't even know how I'm still doing this. I work. Look at these nuts.
So Alberto, oh man. So Alberto has been working on this engine all day yesterday till like 7:30 in the morning, trying to assemble it for you guys.
That was today. Well, yeah,
yesterday.
Well, now it's
1 in the morning.
1.
Yeah, and then now tonight he's got to do an all-nighter again to finish putting the rest of the motor. He's got the turbo, the starter's already on, the motor mounts are on. He's just tightening down right now. The intake manifold, alternator, power steering pump, radiator, and bleed all of the systems. I think the power steering is still hooked, right? So you don't have to bleed that?
Yeah, I just have to mount the stuff, but I didn't take the pump off. I don't have to deal with none of that stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. That's smart.
Yeah, it stays in the car.
So the radiator is probably the biggest leaky adjusting, because you have to burp it and it's kind of annoying. But
the radiator on this car is bleed automatically pretty much. Just leave the thing open and it's...
The little valve that they have, I don't know a lot about BMW.
I keep saying it again, it's not easy, but it's easy. So. What?
Say it again.
I don't know what I just said. I just said it.
You said that you're trying to stay as productive as possible.
Yes. I film a lot, but it's also very, very difficult trying to do all this work and film and try to meet the deadline of having the car driftable by this weekend, or no, today. I have to drive the car today.
Yeah, you have to drive it today.
That? Yes. Hopefully, I'm gonna have to try to sleep some, because I'm not gonna be like all sleepy at the truck and just crash. Like, oh, where am I going?
I'll bring the van, and you can sleep in the van in between sessions. And we'll wake you up and be like, all right, time to drive. All right,
I don't think that'll be very comfortable.
We'll schedule you out. It's pretty insane you assembled this whole thing and then put it together in like 2 days. And the head even went to the machine shop and everything.
Yeah. And I did all the errands too. Going to the machine shop, going over there, doing this. It's a lot. But it's doable. And then about $2,000 in parts too, and I didn't even get to put forged pistons in it. Or build a head or anything. It's just mostly stuff, just very expensive parts.
True. It's a lot. A lot of progress has been made. So I have never done this ever. So process of elimination, from what I've learned, is after the motor went in, the starter is the easiest, then the steering shaft, then the motor mount on this side, that was already in when the motor got dropped. Then you leave the power steering reservoir off so you can get to the alternator bolts later. But first you have to do the power steering pump, then the alternator, then the wiring. Make sure your fuel lines are all right, properly where they go, just like right here.
Yeah, help marking all the wires, right?
Yep.
Because no, where goes what?
Another thing is all the plugs are black and all the wires are black, so it's kind of, and they're all sealed properly, so it's kind of hard to know which one's which. So he just taped it, wrote, and it all just clicks right in. So that makes it way easier. Then he ran the other, what is that, TPS over there? Just make sure you put it away from intake.
TPS go.
I see, it's right there.
Where is it? Where is
there?
Where's right there?
In front of you.
No, I just dropped that roll tape. I thought you
was
were
looking
seeing
for
it. Yeah,
TPS.
TPS is like literally right here, like
Yep.
this. So it's like,
So then when you put the intake manifold, all this stuff underneath it, it's done and not so hard of an access to. So that's pretty cool. The last thing you do before the intake manifold is the power steering reservoir, put it back on.
yeah,
Which you
I
just
think this time with this new valve cover, I'm gonna have to take the thing that goes here, the wiper cowl, or cowl, or how do you say it? Like
I don't know.
wiper cowl thing. Yeah, that. I'm gonna leave it off because the oil cap is in the back, and I feel like if I put that, it's gonna be on top of the oil cap. It's gonna be a nonsense to.
A nuisance.
Nuisance, yes. I'm tired, man. It's like
I
2 in
feel
the
you.
morning. I'm dead.
And
I
we're
already
Spanish.
have that plate back there, so it doesn't matter because I already got the whole.
Yeah, that's kind of a firewall
It looks
already.
kind of cool there too.
So, as long as the engine bay is separated from the driver compartment, you're solid and you'll pass tech.
Yeah.
So, sorry that we're kind of giving you little processes and not bolt by bolt like Alberto usually does,
I
but
would've
we're
loved
on a
to, but
deadline.
I'm really running against the clock to try to get this car.
We're
running
on a
tomorrow.
deadline.
Oh, today. I gotta get it drifting today.
Everyone is tired, you know. So, so we just gotta do what we gotta do. Knocked out, bro. Knocked out. All right. Next update coming up.
Oh, I gotta put the oil dipstick tube on now.
Yep, before the intake.
Yes.
All right.
These are so much harder to do in nighttime.
This is how you know Alberto's already tired. Already cut himself trying to grab a tool.
I just put tape on my finger. What are you
It'll
talking
work.
about?
That'll work great. So what kind of valve cover is this now?
Already one. E36.
It's cast aluminum,
Magnesium.
magnesium, whatever. That's cool though because not only is it not plastic anymore, so it'll be able to withstand the heat from the downpipe and the turbo a lot better, which I mean it wasn't an issue before, but it's really not going to be an issue now. And the best part is the coil packs, the front 3 coil packs go facing backwards like that, not backwards, like straight back.
Yeah,
And then the back ones go facing
they
down.
don't have, look, they don't have bolt provisions to put it straight, which is, this is good because it keeps all the wires going towards the turbo. It puts these towards the back, and now I have less heat issues over
This
here.
was like by accident, and it happened, and it's amazing. Now his coils, the plug to the coil, the wire, and all the plastics and all the important stuff is not towards the heat at all.
True.
Sick.
Actually pretty clean. I don't
I
mind
like
it
it.
at all. Bolts on it.
All right. Turbo's on.
Well, it's barely halfway on.
Well, it's
Two more
in
bolts.
there. It's in there. Just gotta put a couple more bolts, compressor wheel, piping, radiator, and we can start it. You think your neighbors will like this?
I gotta put. I didn't thought
What
about
time
the
is it?
neighbors. Well, I'm not gonna rev it.
You're right. Just a little quiet start. It is 3:28. All right, we're still really tired. Home stretch. Turbo's on completely. Radiator's on completely. All the lines and the hoses are on. And Alberto even got to put the cowl back on too. So that was cool. Is that what that's called? What's that called? I don't know what that's called.
What?
The
What's
thing
it
right
called?
there, this thing.
The wiper cowl.
That's what I thought.
cowl.
Yeah.
Something.
And then
The wiper thing.
the wiper thing, yep.
Yeah.
And then so all we got left is flow valve on the cold pipe. And I don't know what else is left. We're gonna have to do a double check. And then are we gonna crank it tonight or tomorrow morning?
Tonight.
Alright, we're gonna give it a little crank and see she runs. It's a different motor, different compression, different everything. Is it different compression, right?
It's a little bit higher than before.
Yeah, so the tune is
Small
definitely not
displacement.
it's not gonna be right, but it should sputter. So, you know, fuel, ignition, compression, same concept. Yeah, don't forget to add your oil. Look at that steady stream. Wow, look at the concentration. I'm gonna mess him up.
Shut up.
I think it's ready. Everything looks like it's in there. Even the wastegate. Let's fire it up, make some noise.
Well, first I gotta prime the system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start it without cranking.
So you're gonna crank it without starting. That's what he meant. He disconnected the cam sensor and the crank sensor right there. So it's just gonna crank and prime the system with oil. Your blinkers are on, bro.
Yeah, BMW does that. I think I did that.
BMW?
Yeah.
Fancy stuff.
More like annoying stuff.
Oil pressure?
Ow. My hand doesn't really fit in there very well.
Comment below if you wake up your neighbors like this. Nope. Nice. Woo! That was a good first crank.
Turbo's pulling down.
It sounds so good.
Yeah, the turbo works.
Yeah, I think it does. I think everything works.
Check for oil leaks.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that. Make sure everything's good. Nothing?
Check it up more.
No, you're good. Yeah. It's on the ground. Ready for tomorrow.
I'm like super white right now. I'm like dying or something.
Yeah, ISL, dude.
Oh, I look better now. Hey, what's up, guys? So it's 4:51 in the morning, and we finally got the car started. This guy right here, I can't believe he actually stayed with me so late.
You can't believe.
Like, you always like
We
sleep
stay
around
up
this time,
all the time playing
Like-
video games.
like, oh, yeah,
working on a
playing
car. What's the difference?
So today we were actually working on the car instead of playing video games. So I look tired now. I'm like super tired. Why you still look the same? Why do I look tired? I wonder who was doing all the work.
Hey, I've been up since like 8 in the morning yesterday, okay?
Yeah, he was a great camera guy. I wonder how many hours it's gonna take me to edit this video now.
A couple hours, I'm sorry.
All right, so the car, well, let me see if I can get this like brighter. Nope. The car is fully put together. Oh, there you go, the light.
Yeah.
Turbo's on, wastegate's on, exhaust on, fired. The lifters and everything still have to charge up, but I don't want to like bug the neighbor. I don't want to bother the neighbors right now, which is like super late, and which I already feel bad about starting the car. Everything is hooked up, oil is in there. I still have to add water and water wetter, but until I get the engine to fully start, I'm not gonna do that yet in case something did go wrong. Now I got all this mess over here and all that mess all the way back. Oh, it's super bright. and all the mess back there to still pick up, which I'm just gonna put everything aside and go to sleep. Because I'm like super tired and I need to sleep after working on this car for so many days, and two all-nighters back to back is just like unhuman. That just explains the amount of dedication I have for this car. I'm really trying to get back there, and I really want to drift.
You have for your YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's true. And the dedication that I have for you guys, that I want to do all this on video, because I could have just done it and get out of the way, but I really wanted to film most of it. I also had Marco. I didn't really want to film today. I just wanted to finish the last thing, so he helped me film. So I was able to capture all this stuff for you guys as well. And hopefully the editing won't take me more than like 7 hours.